Oh no, no. Should be different. I'm gonna let y'all know right now, this video was probably one of the shortest ones that I did, but I'm gonna make up for it and we're gonna do a longer part two. So we're gonna make this a little mini series with him.
When I tell you this guy was in and out faster than the restaurant.
All right, y'all, we back. Some people run from their past, and I got my professor, my teacher, the HVAC instructor, Mr. Freeman, who used his story to build a future, not just for himself, but for his family and every youngin' walking the same path from the streets to the classroom and wanted to become a fire-ass technician. This is his story. All right, Mr. Freeman, while we got you outside of UEI, same place you've been instructing all these young cats to become these fire-ass techs, just like yourself, I got some questions for you. What was life like before you got into HVAC? What kind of stuff were you into, and what was the environment you were around growing up?
Well, I grew up in East Atlanta, this side of town,
Okay.
and I grew up poor. So the activity I indulged in was everything, anything that would feed my family or that my family could benefit from, whether it was legal or illegal. And when you grew up poor and the education is limited, resources are limited, you got to do whatever you have to do in order to survive. And I was the eldest of four children, so I had a lot of weight on my shoulders. So I had to get very creative when it comes to ways to make sure my siblings ate and had the stuff they needed. So,
All right. Second question. What was the moment where you said, I got to switch this thing up? I got to do something different. Was it a certain situation, or did you just have
you good?
years of pressure building up on you where you was like, I'm lacking?
No, it was just reality, maturity. Like, well, the definition of insanity is you do the same thing and expect a different result, basically. So I know that I was never getting the results that I needed in order for my family to benefit. I was going out there getting short-term gratification because I want to just satisfy my own urges.
Mm-hmm.
So when I realized that I had forgot my whole family creed, which is take care of your family, I had to come up with a way where I could be able to be there for my family if they needed me. So I knew I had to change up my thought process. I had to change up my career path, and that's what led me to refrigeration.
All right. Third question. You picked up HVAC in your 40s.
Yeah.
You could have went plumbing, electricity, why HVAC? And how did it also feel going back to school with a brand new mindset?
Well, the reason I chose HVAC because I knew that we're working on construction sites. I seen how the refrigeration techs came in, and they really did minimum but hard labor. They did a whole lot of looking and calculating. So I was like, I wonder how they make their money. And the more research I did into refrigeration, I realized all the different applications for it and just how wide it is as far as all of the applications. And I figured that would be a career path I know that will benefit me for as long as I can work. And I'm here to say it has been benefiting me up to this point, and I can see myself in the near future still benefiting in my retirement age.
Okay. Okay. All right. Fourth question. You be teaching this trade to young dudes coming up in the classroom. What made you want to give back to the community? Wake up, be here at 8 a.m. and help, you know, kids like us, like myself, be fire as technicians.
Well, I grew up in a generation to where all of the strong black leaders and everybody who you knew that was strong and black were always trying to preach, we need to lift us up as a people. That's the generation I grew up with. So that's the mindset I always had. So if once I got into a position where I can do that for my family, I had to go back to my learnings, my early years, which was I have to try to lift us up as a people. And my neighborhood is all I knew. So if I had a chance to come back to my neighborhood and give back and probably recruit and put out there some more like-minded people, I believe I had a good impact on my neighborhood and my people.
All right. If I could walk a mile in your shoes, Mr. Freeman,
Yeah.
what would I learn about your journey?
Oh, it was long. It was hard. A lot of trials and tribulations. But no matter what, as long as you stand as a man and stand for what you believe in, you will succeed.
Okay. If you could talk to the younger Stanley Freeman at 20 years old, 18 years old, what advice would you give him? Or a youngin that's probably around that same age, what advice would you give him?
Slow down. Slow down. Think through what you're doing, and think about the future. Don't think about tomorrow. Think about the future. That's about it.
All right. Last but not least, what's next for you? What do you want your legacy to be as a teacher, a man, and somebody who ended up flipping the script on this story?
I just want to be remembered. I don't have a specific legacy that I want to that I can just put my finger on and say I want to leave behind. I just want to be known as have had an impact on anything that I put my all into.
Got it.
Mhm.
Last thing. So this is just a personal anecdote I got
Mhm.
from the many times you shared your life experiences with us in class. Give me a little more detail, if you could, about how your wife ended up pushing you to become an
Oh,
HVAC
that easy
technician.
money.
Like how she was your
That's very
your
easy
rock. You
money
feel me?
because right when I was trying to choose what I was going to do at the time, I realized number one how much money my wife made, and I want to be a provider.
Mm-hmm.
Two, I realized the mindset that she had and that she was just totally focused, the things that I know that was in me, but that I kind of tampered down because I always let other issues take the front seat of everything else. So she pretty much helped me zone in on what I needed to focus in on and get serious about what I wanted in life. She was there as a support system because while I was in school, she supported me, and she's been my best cheerleader the whole way. And that's why I married her, and to this day, that's why she'll never ever have to worry about anything as long as I'm breathing. She was the factor that made me change up my whole life because more than anything, I wanted to be able to be there for her
That's
because
sweet.
she was there for me.
Yep.
Yep.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Mr. Freeman isn't just changing AC units, he's changing mindsets. If you could take anything away from his story, it's that you can always rewrite yours.